Very, very cold weather. We'll talk more about it coming up, Miriam.
All right,
Oh,
Michelle.
no, we want to check traffic, don't we?
We'll check traffic and you're good, Michelle. Don't worry about it. Weather is one of our top stories, and of course, Angie has a look at our morning commute as well. So we'll get to that in just a minute. But as we mentioned, that fog is rolling into Southwest Florida, and flights are getting stalled at Southwest Florida International Airport due to all kinds of weather concerns. We've been talking about it all weekend, and it is affecting air travel this morning. So Fox 4 Rising's Julian Glover is live at the airport with all of the latest details. How's it checking out this morning, Julian? Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you, Miriam. Not only the fog, not only the snow in the northeast, but now a wintry chill with temperatures dipping well below zero and into the negative numbers will be causing lots of headache and even more issues for travelers all across the country and, of course, right here at Southwest Florida as travelers out of RSW try and head up north. Now, as you can imagine, we're going to see some bitterly cold temperatures in places like Chicago. They can expect to see temps as low as -25, and with the wind chill factored in, it'll feel something like -50 and even -60 in some parts of the country, temperatures that we haven't seen in decades. Now, that wintry blast will make it really difficult for crews to try and dig out of all the snow that we've seen in recent days, and it'll cause for very slippery conditions on the runway, and that's what's going to be causing a lot of headache for travelers once again all across the country and right here in Southwest Florida. Now, so far at RSW, we've seen lots of cancellations. We've seen 17 cancellations, and we've seen 10 delays already this morning. The first two flights headed out of RSW Airport have been canceled. Flights to New York City, JFK Airport, and also Chicago O'Hare have been canceled. Looking forward to later on in the morning. We've also seen cancellations to Cleveland, Atlanta, Boston, and Newark. So you can expect lots of headaches if you are traveling today. The key is to plan ahead, to call ahead, and to check the websites to see if you will be on time. We've also seen some delays to cities like St. Louis. So this 1-2 punch, really, of this Arctic air that's coming down from the Midwest and swooping all throughout the Northeast is really going to be causing lots of headaches for travelers right here in Southwest Florida this morning, leaving from RSW.
Oh, boy. All right, Julie, it may take a while to get back on track. Thank you very much. And as you mentioned, Chicago seeing delays, right? Well, Chicago Public Schools canceled classes today due to the cold, windy conditions as polar temperatures sweep much of the United States. Andrew Spencer reports on how millions of Americans are preparing for the coldest weather they've experienced in nearly 20 years.
Sometimes it just feels impossible to stay warm, no matter how many layers you put on.
I got this jacket right here, the ski mask, my hat, gloves, and I'm still cold.
And the cold weather this week goes well beyond a brisk 3 degrees in Milwaukee. An Arctic blast will drop temperatures to 0 or lower across nearly half the nation by Wednesday. As many as 140 million Americans will feel the effects. Forecast for Monday, colder weather in Nashville, Tennessee, and Atlanta, Georgia than in Anchorage, Alaska. The ice has already stranded travelers in Nashville, where interstate bus rides have been canceled or delayed.
I don't know when I'm going to be able to get home. I have nothing here.
FlightAware.com reported another 3,000 airline flights canceled on Sunday. The National Weather Service says much of the United States will see the coldest temperatures in almost 20 years, as much as 50 degrees below average in some cities. That could mean a new record low in Embarrass, Minnesota. The current record set in 1996, 64 degrees below zero.
I got a thermometer from the Weather Service that goes to 100 below. If it gets that cold, I don't want to be here.
Andrew Spencer, Fox 4, in your corner.
Oh, boy. Just thinking about these temperatures, Michelle, makes my voice quiver this morning.
He does not want to be there.
Oh.
Well, you're looking live from our Zoom Tan Sky Cam. This is one of our networks from across the country. 33 degrees in Saratoga Springs, New York, and snowing, and temperatures across the country very, very cold this morning. We'll go ahead and take a look at those national temperatures for you. 22 below in Minneapolis, 12 below in Chicago, Kansas City, 10 below zero. A much different story here at home. Look at the temperature differential. 22 below, 69 degrees this morning in Miami. And we are feeling very warm here. We're feeling like it's 74 degrees in Naples and Marco Island because of all of the humidity out there. And that's going to continue for the first part of the day, but we have some big changes. Here are our actual temperatures. So 68 degrees in Naples. And these are some of the warmest temperatures across the country. And we do have fog, and that's kind of our weather maker this morning, that fog that's developed across the area. We are going to continue to see the fogginess because these real field temperatures are coming in from a westerly wind in the Gulf of Mexico. So we do have a tracker that's going to show you where that fog is this morning. Now, it's quarter-of-a-mile visibility in portions of northern Lee County, stretching up to Charlotte County, DeSoto County. You have very limited visibility, and over the next hour or so, this fog could thicken up a little bit, so we're going to continue to watch that. The cold front coming through, going to make some big changes in the forecast for us today, so we can say goodbye to these temperatures over the next several hours, because we're starting off warm, but throughout the day, our temperatures are going to top out in the mid to lower 70s. Winds will be increasing, becoming northwesterly at 15 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, temperatures will be falling. Temperatures are going to be in the 30s tomorrow. When you wake up, when you factor in the wind, it's going to feel like it's 24 degrees. Now, the fog may be causing some problems this morning. How are the roadways shaping up?
Hi, Michelle. Things are looking great this morning, as you will see. 6 Mile, Cypress, Colonial, Daniels, everything looking good. Just a little bit of volume there right here, and fog, including Colonial Boulevard as you're coming north and south on I-75. Just be very careful as you're heading in that direction. But other than that, that's all I see. Immokalee Road, Pine Ridge Road down in Naples, I-75, Highway 41, everything looking good this morning. Won't run into any accidents. We hope it stays that way. I'll be back in 10 minutes with an update. Miriam.
All right, Angie, thank you very much. And all lanes are back open right now after a fatal motorcycle crash shuts down a highway in DeSoto County for hours. The Florida Highway Patrol says the crash happened on Kings Highway near Southwest Peace River Street yesterday afternoon. Troopers finally managed to clear the road 3 hours later after they say multiple motorcycles crashed into each other. One of the bikers died from his injuries. We still don't know that person's identity or the cause of the crash. Troopers are still investigating. Well, 3 Charlotte County deputies are on administrative leave this morning while investigators look into a deputy-involved shooting. It happened at a home near West Tarpon Boulevard and Edgewater Drive in Port Charlotte shortly before 11 yesterday morning. Investigators say a man was threatening to hurt himself inside, and after deputies entered the home to find him, investigators say at least 1 shot was fired, but nobody was injured. Deputies then took the man into custody before being placed on leave as policy requires. The investigation is ongoing. We'll pass along any new information as soon as we get it. 6:08 right now. Lee County deputies are investigating Lehigh Acres' first murder of the year. Deputies were called to a home in the 500 block of Wyoming Road shortly after midnight Saturday, where they found a body in the front yard. The victim has since been identified as 27-year-old Dana Stump. Another man who hasn't been identified was taken away by ambulance and is in serious condition. Witnesses we spoke to say it all began as a fight between Stump and the other man before it took a turn for the worse. Meanwhile, Cape Coral police are still looking for the person responsible for its first homicide of 2014 as well. Officers responding to shots fired just after 4 a.m. Saturday in the 4000 block of Southeast 12th Avenue. There they found a man suffering from multiple gunshot wounds in a parking lot. He was pronounced dead at the scene, but his name won't be released until police notify relatives. Officers are now looking for evidence and talking to neighbors. Investigators do not believe this was a random act, but say the public isn't at risk. If you have any information on either of these murders, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-780-TIPS. Well, happening today, Charles Nave III is scheduled to be sentenced. Nave accepted a guilty plea of 2 counts of distributing child pornography. This all happening months ago. He was a former employee of Big Arts on Sanibel. Nave is 38 years old and faces 5 to 20 years in prison. He will also have to pay a $250,000 fine and register as a sex offender. Well, after complaints where kids were going hungry, the government is making permanent changes to school lunch rules. We'll tell you what limits have been nixed for good coming up. Plus, cooler temperatures over the weekend in Southwest Florida means a move for manatees. How visitors as far away as Canada got a sneak peek of the friendly sea cow in area waters next.
Plus, we're getting excited at the all-new Jumpin' Jacks, and we'll tell you how you can get into the fun. It's coming up here on Fox in just a second.
Southwest Florida's morning news source. News with Miriam Zamorano. Storm Patrol weather with meteorologist Jamie Cable and Angela Melvin traffic. This is Fox 4 Rising. Closed captioning sponsored by Galliana, Chrysler Dodge Jeep.
Hi, we're the Pearsons, and we love Chex cereal. So we made our own commercial to tell you why. First, Chex makes lots of gluten-free flavors, which is a huge thing for us. And there's 7 to choose from, like cinnamon, honey nut, and chocolate. I tell them you guys are going to turn into chocolate Chex. I like cinnamon. Greg is a honey nut nut. When you find something this good, you want to spread the word.
We're the Pearsons, and we're
Attention women.
If you took Zoloft while pregnant and your child was born with a birth defect, call the Goldwater Law Firm right now.
I'm attorney Bob Goldwater. Zoloft may be to blame for your child's birth defect. Call us right now. Both you and your child may be entitled to substantial compensation.
Call 1-800-357-9917. That's 1-800-357-9917.
Well, the Shiners, they're very thorough about taking care of anything that needs to be taken care of. And at the end of the day, it's a comforting feeling to know that he's got your back. He's got your back. And that's that's part of the process of being part of the biker community, is you know that you can trust somebody when they got you covered, when they got your back, and when they're looking out for you and taking care of you.
This year, over 29 million pounds of your used clothing and household goods will be repurposed by Goodwill. More than 85 cents of every dollar raised from the sale of your donated goods will go directly to helping local people in need. And Goodwill will help more than 30,000 people with disabilities and barriers to employment become more independent. Your donations change lives. Goodwill. Donate, shop, change a life.
Welcome back, everybody. It's a new year, so if you're looking for a new place to have some fun with the kids, we found the spot for you. Jumpin' Jacks features giant inflatables, slides, a zip line, and so much more. They just opened in Fort Myers, so this morning Fox 4 Rising's Alex Butler joins us live with a preview and having some fun in the meantime. Hey, Alex.
Oh. Am I too old for this? I hope not. Okay, so here's the thing. We were getting into the fun this morning. Probably shouldn't go down the slide with your Capri Sun, but I felt like I needed to become a full kid this morning. All right, take a look around and you can see this is the all-new Jumpin' Jacks, full of fun and tons of great stuff you can get into, including lots of inflatables. You probably recognize the place, maybe because it is the old Pump It Up, but it is now Jumpin' Jacks. It's cleaner, better, more awesome, and more fun. And you can see I'm out of breath, like most kids will be at this place. So walk me through all the different stuff you got here.
We've got lots of stuff here for the kids. We've got double lane slides where the kids can have races on there. We've got obstacle courses. We've got huge inflatable equipment here with lots of slides and lots of things for the kids to do.
And you also have the zip line, which you might have seen me in the teaser. We're going to take you guys into the second room. So once you're in this first room, you then come around and then you go into the second room, which is down back this way, which is where they've got the trampoline and they've got sort of an obstacle course of fun to get into. And then as you come around, they've got stuff for the littler kids too, so you don't just have to be a big kid. You can come in as a little kid and have some fun in the little kiddie area. All right, we're going to put up the info for you guys so you can write it down. There is a big grand opening going on, and it's going to be this Saturday from 4 to 9, and everything will be half off as far as admissions, so you'll be able to get in for $3.50, which is too cool for school. It's going to be really inexpensive to get in and get some fun. Now, here's the cool thing. If you're a dad, and dad's like, whoa, 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 it's Saturday. There's football. Is there football on Saturday? Guys? Oh, I have all girls in here. Is there football on Saturday, Adrian? Yeah, there is, right? Okay. I know. Guys do, though. So there's golf. Okay, so we brought in Adrian's mom, who caters to the parents. So if the parents want to come into the living room, they can hang out in here, get food for the kids and all kinds of stuff, and they won't miss a game because they got the TV, right?
That's exactly right. We want it as convenient for parents so they don't have to leave and drag the kids out of here. Hard to get the kids out of here once they come in.
Okay, well, you can get into the fun. There's lots to do here. I'm getting my name called many times because she's like, Alex, can we please go back and play? We're going to go back and play. High five. High five. Let me get a high five. She's like, we need to go in there. That's the kiddie area, just so you guys know. All right, we're going to throw it back to you guys. We'll show you more from Jumpin' Jacks, but come out for their grand opening. $3.50. You can't go wrong, right, Miriam?
I know. That's awesome. Good deal. Good way to tire out the kiddos, too. Not too much Capri Sun for you this morning, Alex. We'll be monitoring that. You'll have a nice crash later. Hey, how's the weather out there, Michelle? Boy, oh boy. Maybe kids want to stay inside for tomorrow, too.
I think it's going to be a great day to be inside tomorrow because it is going to be very cold. Now, we are looking at our Zoom Tan sky cam, and this is a shot over Cape Harbor. Dense fog has been developing for the last hour or so across Fort Myers and Cape Coral. We're looking at some real dense fog up north a little bit further as we go to the visibility and check out what's going on. So visibility very limited in DeSoto, Charlotte, Sarasota County, really all Charlotte County, a quarter of a mile until you get to the coastal communities, Punta Gorda.